Pokemon Imperialism Baby Edition. 18 baby Pokemon battle over the Johto region to see who can conquer it all. How it works. Here's a map of the Johto region. We're going to take all 18 baby Pokemon and place them on the map. Each turn, we're going to spin a wheel to determine who's going to be the challenger and an arrow deciding what direction they're going to fight. The winner of this battle will claim both territories, and we will continue to do this until there is one Pokemon remaining claiming victory. Here we go. It is time for another Pokemon Imperialism, this time Baby Edition. And trust me, I made every single one of these baby Pokemon powerful. You'll see when we get into each fight how loaded up these baby Pokemon are. It's insane. We're not doing rewards, so I gave them the best TMs that I could possibly think of. And I was like, hey, you all are going to be powerful. We're going to have babies fighting at their best ability. But let's spin this wheel to see who's going to kick it off. We've got a full spinner here. And our first Pokemon that is going to be chosen for round number 1 is going to be Elekid. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's spin the arrow now. Arrow spinning. And Elekid's first round opponent is going to go up north, slightly east, and that is going to be Azurill. Oh boy. I don't think Azuril's water type yet, so that's at least better for it. But Elekid's one of those stronger baby Pokemon, but huge power. You never know. Let's get into the fight. Elekid versus Azurill. Here we go. Battle number 1, round number 1. We have Azurill being challenged by the strong and powerful Elekid. You see the moves. It's about to get insane. So who's faster? Elekid is faster, fires off with a Thunder Punch. It's not super effective, but oh, that did big damage. Azurill responds with a Scald. Not so much, you know. I'm being honest right there. That was not a lot of damage. Azurill might be in trouble. Fire Punch, and it's over. Wow, these battles are quick. Yo, I mean, Scald, it's a special move. Azurill did have huge power for those other moves. I thought there might have been a chance, but GG, Elekid. You're our first victor. So just like that, Elekid has claimed the first land. Like I said, no rewards in this one. They're all souped up. They're all powerful at the get-go. Let them go full force ahead. But here we go. The map, one Pokemon down. Many Pokemon remains. Who's going to be our round 2 opponent? Let's spin the wheel to take a look at that. Here we go. The wheel has been spun. And our Pokemon for round number 2 is going to be Igglybuff. Okay, Cleffa, Igglybuff, basically almost the same Pokemon if you ask me. There's slight differences, I know. But as babies, they're pretty close. Igglybuff, who's your opponent going to be? Dangerous news for Igglybuff. This could be Elekid. Oh boy. Oh, and just like that, Elekid is already fighting again. Igglybuff, what are you doing? You're going to need some good luck. So let's get into the fight to see if that's what you get. Round number 2 time. Elekid's back for more action. Battling the powerful Igglybuff, if I may say so myself. I don't know how I feel about this. Igglybuff could do some damage, but they're all just so frail. Like, JK, never mind. Igglybuff, you kind of ate that. Actually, okay, Igglybuff might have a chance to break down the Elekid. Thunder Punch. This could do big damage. Igglybuff can't hold on. Yeah, Elekid can't be stopped right now. You know, I really wasn't expecting these baby fights to go so quick. But hey, it is what it is. Elekid now has 2 lands extra, so 3 total lands. And honestly, I'm not sure what can stop it in its area. I know what's its face. Munchlax has decent moves. Bonsly has decent moves for it, but they gotta get near it. And Elekid might just wipe the board before that happens. Let's get to the wheel to see who our round 3 opponent is gonna be. And will they challenge Elekid? Will Elekid see the field 3 times in a row? Here we go. The wheel's been spun. And our round 3 challenger is going to be one of the Pokemon I just talked about, Bonsly. But that's not great for Bonsly because there's only a couple Pokemon Bonsly can fight. And one of them is a very scary option, and that scary option is taking up more of the board. That doesn't lead you to anywhere, Bonsly. You're going to have to re-spin it again. I've spun this arrow so many times, and it looks like it's going to be the unfortunate option. Bonsly is going to have to take on Riolu. Here we go, round number 3. We have Riolu versus the Bonsly. And I don't know. There's something about this Imperialism that so far has not felt very fair. I don't know. Like, every other one has had so many fights that felt very back and forth. And yes, while Blaze Kick didn't do much, Riolu got a burn. This dig is going to honestly do nothing. But like everything else, there's really not, like, Bonsly really doesn't have a chance in my opinion. Like, it feels unfair, especially when Riolu's going to pack an Earthquake here. Double damage Bonsly down. Every single fight has just been fast. Like, I feel like I haven't had enough time to talk about the Pokemon like I typically do. And then it sends me straight to the win screen and bam, I got to show you the map. It just feels so fast-paced. I don't know why, but something about these baby Pokemon, it's just 2-turn over. Maybe it's because they're level 5, and if I remember correctly, Stall just doesn't do well in level 5, so that could be a factor. Here's our map. 15 Pokemon remain, so we're already cutting down to the top 15, and there is some really good Pokemon that I'd like to see on this map. Unfortunately, there are quite a few that struggle because they're babies, but that's for the future. Let's spin the wheel to see who our round 4 challenger is going to be. Here we go, spinning the wheel. And this Pokemon is going to be Pichu. Okay. Pichu has potential. Trust me in this. Pichu has potential. It just depends on who it's going to go against. The arrow spins, and the arrow decides that Pichu's going to go south, kind of leftwards, but mostly south. And that's going to be Mime Jr. Pichu versus Mime Jr. This could be a good fight, but I don't know at this point. Let's get into the fight to actually see how well it goes. Round 4, here we go. We have Mime Jr. It's there. We have Pichu. And like I said, don't sleep on Pichu. It has Iron Tail for Mime Jr., which you might immediately go, hey, that guarantees Pichu's going to do amazing. But Mime Jr.'s ability is not bad. Pichu goes for the play rough. Decent damage. Mime Jr. responds with a Dazzling Gleam. Big damage. Okay. I said don't sleep on Pichu, but you might have to sleep on Pichu. Good night, Mime Jr., because Thunder Punch just did that. Like, these fights are so quick. I don't have time to speak. This might continue the whole time. 2-turn battles, the whole entire Imperialism, especially with no extra rewards. You're not getting any defense boost. It's just pounding it out, getting it done quickly. Mantike, you better be careful. But let's get in to the next fight. We have had 4 Pokemon already go down. Let's get the 5th one out of the way. Let's spin the wheel. Fast and Strong has been winning so far. So, Challenger, you might want to be just like that. And Mantike, I warned you. Oh, boy. Mantike, you're either going to be in a good position or a bad position. And this arrow is going to determine that. It's going to go either left or right. But it needs to be a little more down low for it to count as anything. And Mantike, that arrow points straight to Pichu, and Pichu just got done winning a fight. I don't think Pichu's going to end right there. Pichu, you're about to get yourself a 3rd territory, just like your other electric counterpart, Elekid. Here we go, round number 5, Pichu the Powerful versus Mantike, which, Mantike, you're probably going to have to get extremely lucky to even stand a chance in this fight. I'm just saying, Pichu just wants to be another strong electric type, but Mantike goes faster with Ice Beam, and that does half damage. Pichu responds with Iron Tail and misses. Whew. Oh boy, I think Pichu might have lost it by selecting Iron Tail. Ice Beam comes out, unless it's a low roll. It's over. Mantike won. I'm bamboozled here. Wow, we just had a complete upset there. Mantike took the dub because Pichu went for Iron Tail round 1 of the fight. Wow. I mean, I guess upsets do happen when everyone's getting enough damage to knock them out in 2 turns. Rest in peace, Pichu. It seems like the fastest Pokemon might win this all. Wow. If you guys have been enjoying this episode, please go down, hit the like button, comment more suggestions. I am reading your suggestions. The baby Pokemon one was a suggestion made by many people. I'm just saying. And just know, if you're enjoying it, you don't want to miss an episode. So also hit that subscribe button, because that is the most guaranteed way that you're going to see every single Imperialism video that happens. We've been posting about every other week, and we'd like to keep this going. So join us while we're posting them. Let's get into the wheel to see who our next opponent's going to be. My mind is still boggled right now. I'm still comprehending what just happened. And Magby's going to come out here and be the next person who fights. I don't even know. I honestly, if you're slow, you probably are going to lose, is what it seems. But Magby, who are you fighting? Are you going to be faster or are you going to be slower? So Magby's got quite a few options, and the biggest one seems like it could be Elekid, but I don't think that is going to be Elekid. Yeah, no, that's more Riolu's direction. It did take me a little bit of a second to decide, because depending on where you point it, it could be either or, but we're going to point it like more up on the body of it, and that goes straight to Riolu. Like I said, it honestly seems like it's going to be whoever's fastest wins. Let's get into the fight to see if that is how it pans out. Here we go. Round number 6. We have Riolu. We have our boy Magby finally getting into the fray. Now, I've been saying this whole time that it really seems like whoever is faster is going to be the winner, but there is one Pokemon that I think could break that chain, and that's Riolu. Like, Magby's faster, and that does big damage, but Riolu has Drain Punch. They both look like they're about a 3-shot away, depending on what they go for next. A Flame Body. Yo. Well, guess what? I'm going back on what I just said. I think it might be over for Riolu, specifically for that burn. And Magby has Psychic, and it's going to go for Psychic, of course, and it's going to absolutely wreck Riolu. Yep, that's it. That's the trend. Whoever fights first wins. Yeah, I really think I made these baby Pokemon too strong. But, I mean, it is what it is. We are here. They're strong. They're powerful. They're doing whatever they can. There's a few Pokemon that I could see maybe turn the tides on what I'm saying completely. But we're going to have to get there to know. I don't know. It's really feeling like all these fights are taking 2 turns. It's the 2-turn tradition. Baby Pokemon, 2 turns. Let's spin the wheel to see who our next opponent's going to be. Here we go. Spinning the wheel. And our next opponent's going to be Elekid. Oh, boy. This could be a huge fight. This could be Elekid versus Magby. Big territories up for grab. We're going to have to spin the arrow to see who it's going to be. Arrow spin. There's a wide variety of Pokemon. And that's the one direction you cannot go. You can't go straight south. That's a yes. And that's actually Smoochum. So we're not getting Magby versus Elekid just yet. But this is lowering what the possibilities are. Smoochum, Elekid. Let's do it. Here we go. Round number 7 with 2 more powerful Pokemon. Smoochum versus Elekid, the ruler of a lot of lands. And I think this fight will go the traditional route. Whoever is faster is going to be the winner. But let's see. Elekid starts with Thunder Punch, and that does huge damage, and the paralysis is insane. Psychic is going to fire back. Also big damage. Like I said, it really is whoever goes first. Elekid responds with an Ice Punch. Is that going to be enough? It is. They're frail. They're babies. They can't take a punch. Elekid, congrats. You've won more land. So I want people to keep track to see if every single one of these fights will be 2-turn battles, because it's still going. Elekid has 4 lands, all based off of 2 turns. Magby has 3, all based on 2 turns. But let's spin the wheel. Maybe we're going to have the Clash of the Titans going. Maybe we're going to have some new competitors over on the left. Here's the wheel. We're down to 11 Pokemon remaining. 11 babies. And oh my. Elekid. Can we see someone else for a change? I mean, there is a huge chance Elekid will be fighting someone new. And someone new it's going to be. We're going to have Elekid versus Badoo. Which, hey, Elekid, you might meet your match. You better not be throwing thunder punches against a grass type. Let's get into the fight. Round number 8. This fight's actually going to take us to our top 10. We have Badoo. We have Elekid. And at first, I thought Badoo might have had a chance, you know? Like, hey, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's a grass type going against electric type. You think, hey, it might have a chance. But then I realized Elekid has strong moves like Fire Punch that might end the turn in 1 round. But Badoo lives, gets the poison. What are you doing back, Badoo? Giga Drain. I don't think that's going to be enough. You're going to restore a little bit of health, but I don't think that's enough to live another big ol' hit from the strong and powerful Elekid. I'm just saying. I mean, it was probably the best thing you could do. Elekid's going to respond with another Fire Punch, and GG, Elekid, with the most amount of lands, is making it to the top 10. I don't think we've seen anyone be this dominant since Garganacl. Most likely, and even then, that was like a late game come through. Elekid is just dominating the floor early. And close to it, I don't see a true opponent that could make it stop unless Magby's faster, which is always possible. I'm not too certain on their speed stats. It might be Elekid's game. Speed matters. It's a big VGC rule. I guess it's a big Imperialism rule. Let's spin the wheel to see who our first Pokemon fighting in the top 10 is. We're down to 10 Pokemon left. This spin is going to see the fight. And hey, it's finally a new Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's probably the weakest of the Pokemon, and it's just because it doesn't get TMs. Which is unfortunate, because I like Toxel and Toxtricity. Toxel, who are you going to be fighting against? Now, Toxel could travel the seas and be the first Pokemon over to the left. And that is what we spun. Oh boy. Oh boy, a new Pokemon. Double new Pokemon. It's been a long time since that happened. Yeah, because that arrow does point to Happiny, which means Toxel is going across the map. We're seeing a Toxel, Happiny, 2 new Pokemon. And it kind of opens the branch for that left side of the map to get in to the action. Here we go. Round number 9. Happiny versus good old Toxel. And if I'm being honest, this could be the first fight that I see last more than 2 turns. Just because Toxel's weak. Happiny's not a strong offensive Pokemon. But Happiny's faster. Hyper Voice, like I said, that doesn't do as big of damage as you would expect, you know? And Acid comes off there, not really doing much either. So, hey. Happiny. Toxel's faster now. That must be a speed tie, right? Because I feel like Happiny went first turn 1. Happiny responds with Shadow Ball. And there it is. The first fight that takes more than 2 turns. That's what we like to see. Yes, it's a speed tie. Happiny responds with another second Shadow Ball. Toxel lives. Gets off a Nuzzle. Oh boy. Oh boy, this might still be anybody's game. Let's see. Toxel's gonna go first, and it's gonna go for a flail. And that knocks Happiny out. Insane. Insane. I don't know if Toxel's gonna do that against anyone, but insane. To me, that was a huge upset. Toxel just doesn't have anything. The barely surviving and going for flail is what really got it. And Toxel Welcome to the far end of the map where you could be challenged by Munchlax, Togepi, Tyrogue. Almost the whole board could be gunning for you now. Good luck. You're the weakest one, but may you take it all. Let's spin the wheel to see who our next opponent's going to be. The wheel is spinning, and I just don't want to see Elekid. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I couldn't make this up. Oh, I'm so sick of you, Elekid. You can't let anyone have the action for more than one turn. In my honest opinion, I think Elekid wants to take Magby down. And wait a second. Not quite there. Let's respin the arrow, and this time, oh boy. Oh boy, Elekid saw that Toxel got new land and was not happy about it. Toxel, good luck. You're gonna need it because Elekid just destroys everything. Which that does mean Elekid will be on the other side of the map if he wins. Let's do it. Let's get into the fight because imagine our Conqueror just being everywhere. I should have been more fair to Toxel when I said that last statement. Whoever wins this fight will have the claim and will be challengeable by every single Pokemon on the map. It's just a true statement. It'll be touching the whole map. Elekid goes for Thunder Punch, and that does not a lot of damage. Flail from Toxel shouldn't do too much yet either. Toxel might have to wait a little bit before going for Flail. But I saw your plan. I saw what you were trying to get done, Toxel. And you're burned. Oh, boy. I think that might be it for Toxel. Whatever our boy Elekid decides to go for this turn will just be too much. If this was the Flail turn and there was no burn, maybe Toxel. But Ice Punch, there you go. You're gone. You're taken out. Round number 10 ended with Elekid seeing the map left to right. The whole thing. Now, Elekid can't challenge the whole map. It's just the fact that everyone else can go after Elekid. And with the position of it, it seems really plausible that Elekid could show up for every single match, regardless of if this wheel decides that Elekid's going to be the challenger. Let's spin it. Who is going to be the potential challenger to fight Elekid? Here we go. Spinning the wheel. Our challenger is going to be... I was about to say, if it spun a little harder, it would have been Elekid. Mantike, you don't want to fight Elekid. I know you destroyed Pichu, but... just saying, Elekid might be a little bit stronger than a Pichu. Here we go. The arrow to determine Mantike's fate, and it is going south, a little bit to the west. And even though Tyrogue is completely to the west, that arrow still points in that direction. We're going to get a Mantike versus Tyrogue, which, yes, is a better chance for Mantike than Elekid is, at least. Let's get into the fight. Round 11, did Mantike pick right? Tyrogue versus the Mantike, which is probably scared. If I'm being honest, probably every single Pokemon on the map is a little bit nervous for the beast. Elekid, if I'm being honest. Mantike misses, though, but Tyrogue goes for Bulldoze. That was basically a nothing turn. They did nothing to each other. Mantike responds, though, Air Slash. Will this one-shot? It does. We're keeping the two-turn action up. Unless your name is Happini, it's just a two-turn battle. That's it. Let's look at the map. These fights are really hard to commentate. With how fast-paced they are, basically just getting over almost immediately, it feels so difficult to commentate them. But here is our map. And it's looking like it's three colors with a couple of newbies who still need to show their worth. I'm just saying, can we see it this round? Can the wheel spin to see someone new? Here we go, spinning the wheel. I'd love to see someone new. And this is a new Pokemon. Oh boy. Why not's a bit of a wild card? If I'm just going to be honest there. Bit of a wild card. And it can only go two directions. One is towards the map ruler and one is Magby. And that's pretty close to both of them. Not gonna fight the beast, but gonna fight his best friend Magby instead. Why not? What is that gonna do for you? Here we go, round number 12. We've got Magby, and we've got the wild card. Why not? Why not's whole stick is just getting lucky. And I mean, Magby's whole stick in this fight is getting lucky too, and not going for the move that Why Not's gonna take great things from, like Miracle. It fails because Magby went for the body slam. And the good news for Magby is it's 50-50. Like, it can really go either way. Why not dodge the heat wave? That's insane. That's insane because that would have made counter fail. And Magby goes for a body slam. Why not lives? 7 HP, goes for the counter. But Magby lives. Whew. And burns the Why Not. Even if Magby misses, I guess that didn't really do that much. I was going to say, maybe if Magby lives, burn will finish it. But no, Magby, you still have to hit. And the heat wave hits this time. And Why Not goes down. That got really close because Magby missed heat wave turn 2. That fight was insane. And unfortunately for us, I think Why Not could have been one of the potential best things to take on Elekid. And Magby, its best friend, was like, no, I'm saving my boy for the late embarrassment. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel to determine the next round. Will the best friends fight, or will they continue to take on everyone? Here we go. Spinning the wheel. This fight will determine who makes it into the top 5, though. And we're getting a new competitor, and it's going to be Togepi. I don't even remember what Togepi's moves are. Like, I looked at them before we started this whole thing, but we've been going for so long. Togepi, who are you fighting? It better not be Elekid, or maybe we might want it to be Elekid. I don't know. I mean, it's got 2 choices. It's either going to be Elekid or Munchlax. That's no one. And that's someone. And that someone's going to be Elekid. Oh boy, Togepi, you're going to have to pull up everything in this fight to have a chance. Let's get into the fight. Round 13, going into the top 5, we have Elekid, the Destroyer. We have Togepi, the newbie. And I'm not too certain Togepi has what it takes, if I'm being honest. But hey, I could be proven wrong. Elekid goes for Fire Punch. That doesn't do much, but Togepi gets burned. Dazzling Gleam. See, the burn doesn't matter too much because Togepi's a special attacker. Okay, you know, that fight, it's been pretty even so far. Kinda. Elekid goes for Fire Punch again. We saw how much it did. One more will do it. Togepi goes for a Shadow Ball, though. And that doesn't do much. I, unfortunately, think for Togepi that it might be it, and Elekid might be the victor. Again, Ice Punch. And yep, just like that, rest in peace, Togepi. Here we go. Here is the top 5 of all of our Pokemon. We've got 2 people who haven't done a thing. Munchlax could put in some work. Straight up, but we have yet to see that. Cleffa is another one of those babies who are kind of just there. I don't have a lot of faith in Cleffa, but maybe we would have to see it happens. Mantike has done some good things. I don't think that's going to be against Elekid, though. Magby, also in the same position as Mantike, has done some things. I'm not too certain how it'll fare against Elekid, but hey, it could. They're best friends. They might not even fight until the final 2 to determine who is the better of the 2 friends. And of course, our Pokemon, who's been ruling and fighting in almost every single fight, has been Elekid. It is what it is. He's fast, he's strong, he does everything right. Let's spin the wheel to see who the first fight of the final 5 will be. Let's do it. Let's spin that wheel. Our challenger is going to be another newcomer, Cleffa. I know Cleffa can fight Elekid, obviously, but there might be a couple more options for Cleffa. Let's do it. Spin the arrow. So yeah, Cleffa only has 2 options. Mantike is a small option, and I don't think that's what it is. It's not. Oh boy, Cleffa, you're going to have to pull up all your tricks to have a chance. Let's get into the fight. Cleffa, Elekid. Round 14. Elekid back again, once again. Cleffa here to attempt to do something. You know, I will say the biggest thing this has probably taught is DMs might be a little too strong. Completely. Elekid goes for Fire Punch. Just the coverage is insane. Elekid's the burn master. Like, I think it's got a status in, like, at least half the fights. And Cleffa, you really didn't do too much damage there. If I'm being honest about that, that was kind of lackluster. Elekid's going to go for an Ice Punch, and this should do it. Yep, rest in peace, Cleffa. Insanity. Elekid's tyranny just continues. We're down to 4 Pokemon left, the final 4. And we're starting to run out of options on what will and can take on an Elekid. And it's almost guaranteed there is a small sliver of a chance of a different fight happening, but it's almost guaranteed that Elekid is going to be in every single fight for the rest of it. I don't know how many fights it's been. It's got to have at least been 10, maybe a little less. 3 and 3, that's 6 fights right there. So maybe not 10, but it's felt like over 10. It's felt like the whole thing. Elekid, who is going to be your challenger? Or are you going to be the challenger? This wheel spin's going to determine that, and the challenger for round 15 is going to be... It was close, but it's Magby. And Magby can only fight one thing. There's no point in spinning an arrow. Let's show you on the map. Magby can only fight Elekid. I thought this duo was going to take it all the way to the end and not fight each other. But I guess good things do fall apart. Magby, Elekid, let's get it. Here we go, round 15. This fight will determine our final 3. We have Elekid, we have Magby. I thought they were best friends and they were going to go all the way. But it just, I guess, didn't happen. They are here to fight each other. Only one will make the top 3. And Elekid just did big damage, and the paralysis is huge. But the flame body back might be even huger, but Magby can't do a thing. Wow. Wow, we might have gotten a little too insane just in turn 1. What's going to happen? Elekid's going to go for a fire punch. And because of the burn, that really doesn't do much, but Magby is paralyzed again. And just from that, it really seems like the paralysis might be a little bit bigger of a thing. It all depends on how much this next move is going to do on Elekid's side. Thunder Punch does not kill Magby. The Heat Wave comes off and does massive damage, but I don't think that was enough. Straight up, I think that the paralysis came in way more clutch. Ice Punch, this should not do it. Magby's Thunder Punch does not do it, but the burn does it. Oh my. Elekid went down. I'm shocked. I'm completely shocked. Magby got ruined with 2 paralysis and still somehow managed to pull every little bit through to make the final 3. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. That fight was insane. That fight was intense. And that opens the door for Mantike. 100% opens the door for Mantike. Magby, your win came at what cost for you, though? Let's get into the wheel to see who our final 3 fighters will be and which Pokemon will make the final 2 for free. The fact that we lost Elekid, the ruler of the whole thing, and here we go. Mantike takes the field. There's a good shot it's going to be against Magby, but it could be against potentially either or. Let's spin the arrow. There is one sliver that this arrow could go, and that's not the sliver. Mantike, Magby, you're about to have a tough fight on your hand, but you might be able to do it. Let's do it. The final 3 fight, Magby versus Mantike. These 2 Pokemon kind of sat in the shadows of Elekid the whole time until Magby was like, yo, I'm done. I want to say hello to the world. Magby is faster. That is a big key, but that Psychic does not do much, and Mantike goes for a huge Hydro Pump. Will that one-shot? It doesn't quite one-shot. Whoa. Whoa. You need to chill out, Mantike. We already knew you were stronger. The Body Slam. The Paralysis. Hold up. It cannot move. Oh, boy. This might have turned completely in the favor of Magby. With that Paralysis, the Psychic comes out. Is it enough damage? It is not enough damage. Mantike gets to attack and knocks out Magby. I think we're both living on that 1 HP. They both really wanted it, but Mantike took it. And here we go. Here's our final 2 map. It's a little difficult to see, but Munchlax is hanging out over there in the corner, just not doing anything the whole fight. When I was building this whole thing, I didn't have a lot of faith in Mantike. If I'm going to be honest, there were a lot of strong electric types, but I think it proved its worth. It really fought hard to win. It's done quite a few fights, and it survived. It survived a Pichu, something that was strong against it. Munchlax, on the other hand, I had a lot of faith in. I was like, Munchlax is tanky. It can do big damage. It could win the whole thing. And there we go. Munchlax is just sitting there like, hey, I waited this whole time for this moment. Let's get into the fight to see who is going to be our baby Pokemon Imperialism winner. Here we go. The finale of our baby Pokemon Imperialism. Mantike, Munchlax, who has never fought before, are going to go at it. I'm curious, who still has a Pokemon left in this fight? I wonder how many people are actually cheering for Mantike. Because in my opinion, I don't feel like that number is going to be very big. I could see a lot of Munchlax fans, though. But, hey, Mantike is faster. Goes for a powerful Hydro Pump. How much damage does that do? It's a critical hit. Okay. Munchlax responds with a Rock Slide, though, and that's a one-shot. Everyone else was like two shots to go. And Munchlax was like, yeah, I win. GG, I only need 1 move to win the whole entire thing. And yep, that is all Munchlax needed. 1 move, 1 win. Munchlax wins.